Dr. Greer, let me ask you another question. I saw some stat, I don't know if it was true, that like 95% of all the alien sightings in the world happen in America. And somebody was just saying, what's the likelihood of that? First of all, is that true? And second of all, what is happening in China? China is always obviously talked about as the rival to America, a technology force as well. Are they in contact with these aliens? Are they developing this same kind of anti-gravity technology as well?
First, let's rewind for a moment. And I failed to do this at the beginning of the conversation. The organization dealing with this is transnational. It's not U.S. In other words, when I go into a meeting, if there's a map of the world on the wall, I go, erase all your political boundaries here. U.S., Canada, China, Russia, Mongolia, whatever it is, just get rid of them. Because this organization operates with alacrity across all of them. That's number one. And so it's a total paradigm shift. Very hard for people to understand this, but that is a fact. And that's how it's operated since at least in the mid to late 1960s. Now, the other part of it, so it's transnational.
How is it and is it funded by U.S. government money, or is it then funded by this global cabal?
Well, there are 3 or 4 key mechanisms. One, if you were to take the black budget of the United States, which is the legal black budget, overseen by the president and a certain few members of Congress, the man who oversees that black budget for the Senate is on my team. I work with. Those funds often will get embezzled. In other words, let's say you're developing a B-2 stealth bomber, and you say, well, each one of these is going to cost $2 billion. In reality, it costs $150 million. The other $1.8 billion is going through the back door into these clandestine and unsanctioned projects. So that's a big part of it. I mean, Catherine Austin Fitts estimates over the decades, it could be up to $22 trillion that have gone out. And remember, Mr. Rumsfeld, our Secretary of Defense, the day before 9/11, I have a video of him saying this, that there were $2.3 trillion missing, unaccounted for, he said, in the Department of Defense budget. Now, that was 22 years ago, right? So, there's the trillions. We're not talking billions. Now, with that, you can do a lot of stuff. And that's number one. Number two, you have a large amount of income from the spinoff patents. As you know from Colonel Corso, in his book, The Day After Roswell, he was partially involved in the technology transfer, taking material from extraterrestrial vehicles and then having them studied by Bell Labs and other corporations. Those resulted in certain breakthroughs in material science, integrated circuits, silicon systems, fiber optics, night vision, etc. Those then got monetized, and that monetization of intellectual property has provided a lot of money to the same corporations that are now running these. And then finally, there's the extra legal, well, all of it's illegal, but then the really, what most people, anyone would recognize as criminal enterprises involving the running of drugs and also weapons. So we know I have a senior SAIC executive and a former member of Congress who were read into that program and told me how horrible it was that they were involved in the global drug trade and that it was destroying our country and et cetera and so on. That was in 1997. And it was the day after I briefed the head of intelligence, Joint Chiefs of Staff, and I had already known about these projects. So again, you have a lot of criminal enterprises that are sort of cells that provide funding to some of these operations that are the more, let's just call them darker end of it.
Okay, so
as opposed to
that covers.
So that's a lot of money. You're talking trillions.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.